Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Curing Electromagnetic Hypersensitivity. And we're here to talk about a subject of electromagnetic hypersensitivity, and that is biological organisms inside of Faraday cages. So we've got two experiments. This one on the right is a full-time Faraday cage experiment. So this plant sits inside the Faraday cage 24 hours a day. And this is how it's growing. This is a Dieffenbachia. And I should tell you the reason why I originally put this inside a Faraday cage is that my home is approximately between 2,000 and 2,300 feet from 3 separate cell phone towers. And also in a community that has transmitting utility meters. So there's a lot of very funky radio frequency throughout my home, and it's biologically harmful. So plants outside of the Faraday cage, they show very abnormal growth that looks like this. So you put it inside of the Faraday cage and it really is no better. So it looks like the Faraday cage doesn't really assist in any way whatsoever in the plant in preventing the deformity from occurring. And what's more concerning is I've done these Faraday cage experiments before with the Dieffenbachia, and in every one of the experiments the Dieffenbachia actually died. So I don't see plant deaths normally in my control plants, but I do see them routinely in Faraday cages. So I'm very, very worried of biological organisms being full-time inside Faraday cages. It appears to be biologically harmful. So many people have come down with electromagnetic hypersensitivity and they're now living in Faraday cages part-time. So the way it normally happens is they build a Faraday cage in their bedroom and they sleep in it. So this experiment over here was designed to mimic what they're doing. So this cage is connected to the electrical grounding pin and is electrically grounded, and the plant sleeps inside the cage and the cage comes off during the daytime, and you actually get much better growth. And this is how the Dieffenbachia is supposed to look. So this is one of the original leaves that it had when it came into the home. So you have these very large pattern leaves. They're about the size of your hand. And this is how it's growing. So you can see it's actually still deforming, but it's doing better than the plant that's been full-time inside the Faraday cage. So part-time living inside of the Faraday cage is an improved growth pattern. It's actually better than what I see in my controls. But it's not the way the Dieffenbachia is supposed to grow. And I should mention that the reason why this leaf is very heavily patterned is because this experiment was actually ran very close to an electrified tree, and I cut it down because the tree was emitting very weird electromagnetic fields, and it started putting up patterned leaves after I cut the tree down. And I've seen this effect occur in another plant that was in the area. So it appears that the tree was having some level of influence on this experiment, and we're going to have to watch it for a little while longer and see how it starts growing now that the tree has been removed. But right now, certainly full-time living inside a Faraday cage seems to be a very bad idea. Part-time living appears to be a little bit better than what the plants are doing outside of the Faraday cage. My control plants don't look as good as this plant, so it's definitely got improved growth compared to my controls. But I'm going to show you this plant here, because you're probably looking at this plant saying, oh wow, this is the best of the bunch, and you'd be right. And it's never been inside a Faraday cage, so you're probably wondering how I got this to grow. Well, I actually did nothing more with this plant other than water it with tea. So tea seems to have radio frequency protective properties, and I've got a few plants that look like this around the home, and they have a variety of different supplements that I have identified as having radiation resistant properties. And if you want to find out more about those supplements, you'll find it in Curing Electromagnetic Hypersensitivity. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you.